Shalom, it's following Yahshua. Welcome again to the Rock. And it's cold outside, so I'm not outside. In fact, I'm right next to my stove. I mean, it's not super cold, but it's cold enough. Anyways, just doing a video. I read an article. I'm gonna post a link in the description. But it was an article, and it was in New York City, and they were talking about how, with the second wave of the zombie plague, that people are looking to stock up more and more on food and other items. And you can read the article yourself. I'm going to post it in the description. But here's one of the things I was thinking of. If you live in any of these areas that are relatively really cold, make sure that you are doing your due diligence to stock up as much as possible. Not just because of the zombie plague, but also because in this situation that we are in right now, you have to consider that during these times, especially winter times, people already naturally tend to stock up a lot because they don't want to keep frequenting the store, especially in these areas where they may get snowed in, you know, and let me say the northwest or northeast, excuse me, in these areas where you get heavy amounts of snow, Michigan, Ohio, moving through that area, the Dakotas, Montana, Idaho, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, New York, Maine, Maryland, any of those areas where you tend to get excessively cold winters. People already get iced in. They already get iced in, they already get snowed in. You want to take the precautions now because people, I'm sure, are going to be doubling their stockpiles. Those that have the finances are going to be doubling their stockpiles because they are in the north and they already prepare for just the idea that they could possibly be snowed in. So then people may be using their last disposable income to make sure that they have even more food or toiletries or personal hygiene things. Many have learned, some have learned from the first shutdown on having personal things and having the things you need, for men and women. Obviously toilet paper, food, water, clean water. For females, feminine hygiene products, whatever you may need for that, personal hygiene products. So if you can, make sure that if you have any disposable income, make sure you're spending the money wisely that you have. Also, we have to take in consideration what's happening in Philadelphia right now with the riots that are taking place there and the looting. It would really be not. The way the world's going right now with the election, it's like the perfect storm. Everything is coming to a head all at once. And it wouldn't be surprising, even if you had a grocery store, and this is why you want to take the precautions now while you can. Even if you had a grocery store, what happens if there's something that happens in your area, especially if you're in one of these reservations? What happens if something happens in your area and the grocery store that you usually rely on is looted? Or something happens in your area and there's looting that takes place, where the grocery stores in your area are taken out, where they're shut down or let's just say there's rioting and you can't get to the grocery store, you can't get the supplies that you need. And that could affect people in the northern cold states or in any state, whether you live on a reservation where you are not able to go out and get the things that you need. For one reason or another, we live in very perilous times, and this is a time, again, that I'll say you have to use wisdom. And for many cases, for many brothers, you have to think outside the box right now. I'm getting reports from people who work at Walmart's, Sam's Clubs, Costco's, what do they call someone from Puggly Woogly? Is it Piggly Wiggly? There you go. Piggly Wiggly, Kroger's, Stater Brothers in the West, Vons. Okay, not Vons, but I just made that one up. But people from different stores all around this country, they're sending me information where And I'm talking about managers and people who are in charge of inventory, people who work in the warehouses. They're letting it be known that the the I guess the presidents or whatever these people are of these businesses are very aware of what's going on, of what is transpiring right before our eyes. So I'm just trying to relay this information to you. Yes, I have the permission to do this video as long as I don't mention names. But you want to make sure that you are doing and taking the precautions that you can right now. Look at what is happening. We have winter. Winter is coming. We've been warned that so many times. Biden said, we talked about this in the last live stream, or the last live stream before that. Dark winter. Dark winter. So we know that this winter is interesting, and even if we come out and come through the other side, it doesn't hurt to have these things stocked up. But we know the zombie plague is going to have some. It's going to play a role in one way or another. So if you can, just be wise, be prudent, foresee the evil, take the precautions, don't be foolish with what you have. I said that in the beginning of the year when they were first talking about the zombie plague. I said, don't be foolish. If it came to the States, we want to make sure that we're ready. And a lot of people scoffed at that. And yeah, it's a wonderful thing that they were able to get through. Well, now again, I'm going to say, don't scoff at the idea that these things could persist for quite a bit of time. With the election. And, every time I turn on the news, ballots got lost or ballots were destroyed or, something's always going on. It's like they're setting everything up perfectly. So all I would like to see is for y'all's people to be aware and to be careful and to, they're pushing the vaccine. There's just so much that you can look at and say that thing right there by itself could destabilize a lot of reservations, a lot of states, the economy, that one thing right there. But then you multiply that times the fact that we have multiple things happening at once, and it looks like George Clooney's The Perfect Storm. Everything seems to be coming ahead all at once. The snowball's gotten so big, and I hope that you have been prudent, foreseeing the evil, and have really, really took the time to try and hide yourself. All right, bless y'all. Shalom.